What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Avengers 4 video. So if you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a like down below and subscribing. We've also got all of our social media information down below, so you can follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter and Facebook as well. So just a fair warning, this is going to have Avengers Infinity War spoilers on here as well. So if you haven't seen the movie, then and you don't want to be spoiled, I would suggest going off the video and go and watch the movie, because I can't believe you haven't actually seen it yet and coming back. Now, this will also have possible spoilers for Avengers 4 as well, but these are just rumours, so they may not be actually true. We've got Deadpool 2 coming out as well this week. Now, it's out tonight in the UK, but I'm unable to see it, and I will be seeing it tomorrow. And as such, I will be posting my review tomorrow, and I'll probably do an Easter eggs video on Sunday as well. So big stuff. Really great week for us fans of comic book movies. And from what I've heard, the X-Force team sounds really weird. But Avengers 4, so the catastrophic ending of Infinity War is, needless to say, an absolute mess for the characters inside the MCU. Now, interestingly, we've had a few leaks come out of the possible plot of Avengers 4. Now, of course, do take these with a massive pinch of salt. Don't comment below of people just going, "Oh, this is wrong, you're wrong." It's not me. Not me leaking this. It's someone else. So yeah, just remember that before you, just engage your brain before you comment. So with these leaks in mind, and some of them sound a bit too fantastical or a bit rubbish to actually exist. So Avengers 4, apparently, during the movie, now we've had a lot of images leaked from Avengers 4. We had Hawkeye as Ronin, and we've also had as well old major sets from previous MCU movies actually been shown while they're filming. So Loki being taken by Thor, and also some really old cars from the 40s, which signifies they may even go back in time. However, Ant-Man is involved in a lot of these scenes. So apparently, according to the source who apparently leaked the full plot for Avengers Infinity War, and a lot of that was actually correct, well, here we will have Tony Stark, who is going to reform the Avengers officially, and then he will try and go about forming his own Infinity Gauntlet, which, now, I personally find that a bit difficult to believe, just for the sheer fact that they needed to use the power of a star at Nidavellir to actually create the original gauntlet. But, of course, Tony is incredibly clever. Shuri may have survived the finger snap, and vibranium possibly could be the answer here. Although in Infinity War we did see that vibranium really isn't as strong as we were led to believe, considering that Corvus Glaive's spear was able to actually cut through vision. So with that in mind, perhaps vibranium might be the only viable vibranium option for the group there. Now, what's interesting as well is Hawkeye was completely missing from most of the movie. Actually, he wasn't even in Infinity War. But apparently his role here is the fact that he will be helping Tony to protect the gauntlet. So while Tony is off doing his thing, it will be protected by Hawkeye. That might actually be having a hail back to Thor, where in the Thor movie, Hawkeye made his debut and he was protecting the hammer of Thor. So with that in mind, I expect to see some really cool Ronin action. Now, upon watching Infinity War, it does make sense why he would adopt this persona of Ronin, mainly due to the fact that maybe the Sokovia Accords still exist and Tony has gone clandestine, and also the fact that he may have been completely scarred by perhaps his family didn't survive the finger snap at all, and this is why he's gone completely dark, which I think would be a really cool way of. Now, the big thing here, and this is possibly an explanation as to why Ant-Man is with everyone in the past, and this is for the sheer fact then what is going on? Ant-Man has been recruited to the Avengers, finally, properly, to go through time and help the group go through time to actually go and get each one of the Infinity Stones throughout the timeline. So we're getting some Flashpoint kind of stuff here, which I think is pretty awesome. And there's a reason why. So we did think that it was time travel, but then we saw that case that had Bath written on it. So what I'm thinking here is the fact that the Bath, the bio-augmented reality thing that Tony created in Civil War, kind of showed off in Civil War, I think that that thing is going to, what they're going to use is to find pivotal moments throughout all the 10 years of these movies. And that's when they will go and get each one of these stones. So they will go off and get all of the stones and put them in Tony's new Stark gauntlet, which I think would be pretty awesome. The thing here is like, what is Thor going to do? Now, apparently, we're going to, according to the leak, is that a lot of the timeline will be retconned. Probably not permanently, but a lot of it may actually be retconned. So we will see Mjolnir come back, which would be pretty awesome. I like that. And hopefully Stormbreaker survives as well, because then that can be given to Beta Ray Bill, who technically does exist because he was one of the Grandmasters champions. So yeah, that's a bit odd there. But these timelines will change just a little bit, which would be an interesting thing because they might do the worlds collide thing, the kind of time runs out storyline, where we had major changes where Miles Morales came to our Earth and the Ultimates universe was merged with this Earth 616. So that's why Kevin Feige probably mentioning we're going to have Kamala Khan, and this could be how she's coming into it perhaps. But more for the fact that I think that Captain Marvel, when she returns, she will inspire people like Kamala Khan. But you're going to have the Inhumans in there somewhere, and the Inhumans TV show has actually been cancelled. So yeah, how? But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been renewed for a 6th season, so yeah, that's all. Now, while Thor may get his hammer back, he is actually going and recruiting an army. So I expect a cosmic army of everyone to go and fight, and Captain Marvel will be joining them. And I think that Captain Marvel needs to play a bit of a bigger impact, because the big thing here is that she's one of the most OP characters, and she has been, or had a message sent to her wherever she actually is, which we'll find out where she's gone in the Captain Marvel movie very soon. But with that in mind, I think that perhaps that message went back in time, which I think would be pretty dope. That'd be absolutely dope. But yeah, that may not happen as well because it's a completely out there loony idea. Now, of course, Thanos won't like this, and reportedly Thanos will be going back to try and stop them all. So he'll leave his farm, and in the comics, he did keep an eye on the entire universe. So while Adam Warlock in the comics thought that he was simple, living the life as a simple farmer, it turns out that he was monitoring everything in the universe, and then he went actually to help Adam Warlock as well with all this craziness going on with Adam Warlock's alternate identity Magus. So what would possibly happen is that Thanos will be aware of this because he's monitoring everything, and he will then fight them all. Now that would lead to more of a traditional fight, which is where he will fight them all of the MCU at once, just like he did in the comic Infinity Gauntlet. Now, an interesting idea is that Nebula will be fighting past versions of herself, and while apparently Hulk will be the one who wields the gauntlet, and we will have Captain America fight Thanos and die apparently halfway through the movie, I would really like Gamora to be the one to actually destroy Thanos and fight him and kill him. That'd be a much better story arc in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think any of this is plausible? I think a lot of it is a bit out there, and a lot of it is just not really the best way of resolving and how it'll be in the movies. However, in Infinity War, if you told me the plot of it, I think I don't really like that, but it all worked out in the end. However, Doctor Strange will also be meeting a fully CGI character in an undisclosed secret location. So that'll take up a lot of the budget. So who could that actually be? Well, who else but Galactus? Galactus, to create a CGI character like that must take so much money. It's either that, or it will be Uatu the Watcher because they are already in the universe as of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And if Guardians of the Galaxy is you likes, well, apparently there will be a timeline where they never actually met. So if bear that in mind, they never met. That would then lead to the original Guardians of the Galaxy, which we had in a post-credit scene, who linked together with Sylvester Stallone in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. They could be the Guardians of Volume 3. No, probably not, because we know that Chris Pratt and Tom Clancy have actually signed for 3. So yeah, that probably won't happen. But I think it'd be cool. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.